Hi guys, as you can see I'm still in Brussels, spending the week here talking to local people and people who deal with the European Union on a daily basis to kind of try and find out more information from them and how the whole thing works. Yesterday I was talking to a couple of local residents who are obviously passionate Remainers and against Brexit, who mentioned Femi a few times. As you know, Femi is a young Remain activist in London who spends his whole time and his whole life these days fighting against democracy and the will of the people. So today we're going to talk about Femi, who he is, and why he does what he does. So first of all, Femi has a Wikipedia page apparently, and obviously born in 1990, he's 29, he is a political activist, that's basically his job now. He's founded a group called Our Future, Our Choice, which fights against democracy in Britain. And there's a section called Early Life and Education. I'm quite confused. Isn't he going through his early life already? What is earlier than 29? So yeah, Femi is quite passionate about this cause, and he has every right to do so. It's a free country, you could do whatever you want. So if he wants to spend his time campaigning to Remain, well, that's his choice. So that's what he does. But the main issue I have with him is the things that he claims to be representing, basically. So one example is this tweet. Free movement allowed me and young people who'd never seen inside of a university to work in a hotel in France. We got to ski for months while adding to our CVs. So, first problem. Now, Femi, who is a son of two doctors, who was born in Darlington and was sent to a £13,000 a year private school, is representing all young people in not just the UK, but in Europe apparently. And second problem, which is linked to the first one, is that ever since this free movement scheme started in Europe, it's always been primarily the middle class kids who managed to move to France to get a job and ski for fun. You don't really get your typical working class kid from Southeast London or Essex. No, because their priority is to get their life sorted so they get a job in London or in Essex or anywhere else in the UK. Not everyone has the time and money to live in this luxurious way, to basically travel around Europe, go to Spain, go to Italy every 3 months. It doesn't work that way for ordinary people. So the fact that Femi is saying this is basically all young people and all young people want to go to Europe and all young people are going to Europe already is a lie. Now, next.
So, young people from Our Future, Our Choice are here outside 10 Downing Street with a message for Boris Johnson, somebody who has lied his way to power, and we reject him fundamentally. Your Brexit deal will ruin this country, or no deal will ruin this country. Put it to the people, let us have a vote.
So Femi and his friends are part of the category who are not happy about Boris Johnson being our new Prime Minister. So they're going around Twitter with the hashtag #NotMyPrimeMinister because he doesn't have a mandate apparently and all that, and they didn't vote for him. Yet I don't understand why they even bother when they know that this country has a constitutional monarchy and a parliamentary system, and it's the Queen that appoints the Prime Minister. Parties can change their leader and the Queen appoints the Prime Minister. So it doesn't matter if you're happy or not, he's the Prime Minister, and he's in fact Her Majesty's Prime Minister. Not yours, not mine. Now moving on from this, one of the biggest aspects of Femi's campaign when it comes to him brainwashing young people is that he's going around saying that no one voted for a no-deal Brexit, and basically the majority of people voted for some sort of soft Brexit. And so there was a debate that he did with Tom Harwood, a good friend of mine who works in Guido Fawkes, and this happened.
In 2016, 52% voted to leave the EU. But did they say what relationship we'd end up having with the EU? Because Norway, that's Brexit. Theresa May's deal, that's Brexit. No deal, that's Brexit. Exactly. And then in 2017, the only opportunity the British people have had to say what relationship we want to have with the EU post-Brexit, 54% of voters voted for parties whose manifestos explicitly ruled out no deal. That is the majority will of this country. John?
Oh, this is extraordinary, as if everyone reads every dot and tittle of a manifesto. What we saw was over 80% of people voting for parties that said they were going to implement the result of the referendum. I campaigned in that election. I knocked on doors up and down the northeast, and what I heard time and time again were nominally Labour voters who we were trying to get to switch. And what those Labour voters were saying was, well, no, Brexit's done. What's the threat? We've triggered Article 50 now. It's going to happen.
It is astonishing the level these people go to with their lies and brainwashing. Yet they brand everyone else on the Brexit side, apparently because we lie and we don't know anything about the EU or Brexit.
Boris Johnson taking us out of the EU without a deal would be historically and laughably undemocratic. Now, I'm not talking about the fact that pro-Brexit politicians promise people they could vote to leave without being made poorer because we come out with a deal. I'm talking about the fact that we voted to leave the EU on a ballot paper which said nothing about the relationship we'd have with the EU afterwards. Forget all the rhetoric about economics and sovereignty. The deal that we negotiated is Brexit. So is no deal, so is a Norway-style deal and a Canada-style deal. They all mean we leave the EU. The UK has only had one chance to define what relationship it wants to have with the European Union. That was the 2017 general election, in which 54% of voters voted for parties whose manifestos explicitly ruled out no deal.
Yep, here we go again. So one of the things that Femi and his friends do on the Remain side these days is that they have a new tactic that they've been using for the past couple of years. It's because they've been seeing how Brexiteers have been using facts and stats to prove that, for example, the economy is doing well or the Project Fear stuff didn't happen. And for example, the 2017 election, the main two parties' manifesto stated that if you vote for us, we will be leaving the EU at the end of March. And now they're trying to use the reverse strategy to use the same lines to basically help their own cause and argument. No, there was nothing about having any type of Brexit or rejecting a no-deal Brexit in manifestos. It doesn't work that way. Yes, the question we were given during the EU referendum in 2016 was a simple one, was a straightforward black and white one. So you can complain about the way the question was phrased, but you can't really go around and redefine the question just to suit your own argument. People were asked if you want to stay or leave. And by leave, they did clarify that leaving means leaving everything that the EU has. Single market, customs union, everything. But obviously there was nothing about the future arrangements. So obviously the majority of people I spoke to who voted Brexit still wanted to have a trading relationship with the European Union. But again, a trade deal is not the same as a single market. But the point of this video is that I've been quite baffled by the way Femi has been campaigning for the past few years on this issue. The main problem I have is that people like him are going around and claiming that they are representing all young people in the country and all young people in Europe, apparently. And they are representative of everyone who voted Remain, and apparently some who voted Brexit. I have a lot of friends who voted Remain, but they've changed their mind now and they are pro-Brexit. So no, you do not represent them. This tendency and mentality that he has is what people like Moses and Jesus had with their platform, trying to basically claim that they are representing everyone. No, you're not Moses or Jesus. Now, I'm doing the same thing as Femi, but on the Brexit side. So I'm a young political activist, well, youngish political activist, but I don't claim that I'm representing all young people, or even I'm representing all Brexiteers. People are different. People are individuals. You have to respect their wishes, you have to respect their thoughts. Everyone has different opinions. And so what we can do, obviously, from our perspective and our position, is to go around and try to fight for our cause and our arguments. But I can't really claim that I'm speaking for every single Brexiteer or every single young person. It doesn't make any sense. But I'm more than happy to debate Femi one-on-one in person if he wishes. Thank you everyone for watching. Leave a comment down below and tell us about any experience you've had encountering pro-Remain activists recently, because they're quite interesting creatures. And if you want to support this channel, you could join the Cabinet Club. The link will be in the description. You get a lot of benefits, one-on-one messaging, video chats, live Q&As, and much more. My Twitter handle should be somewhere down here if you want to follow me on Twitter. And as usual, don't forget to subscribe, click on the notification bell next to it, and I'll see you tomorrow with a new video.